Anunnaki, and have you got an idea where do Anunnaki come from?
I think what our perception of the origins of the Anunnaki and their so-called planet or where they come from is probably all incorrect. I don't think we really have an idea of where they come from. I believe that some of the Sumerian texts were actually also deceiving us. The information we read in the Sumerian text was also written as deception, the same way that our history books are rewritten to deceive us today. So even in ancient times, the Sumerian texts have some truth and some deception in them, and also many misinterpretations of the Sumerian texts that have resulted in us believing that the Anunnaki come from a planet called Nibiru, which is probably not the case. I believe that the Anunnaki, first of all, are multidimensional beings. I believe they move between dimensions. They don't necessarily travel through space, because then we have to ask ourselves, what is space? And what we think we know about space is also not true. And so it's part, when you ask a simple question like that, it always comes with a very complicated answer, because we first have to go and correct a lot of the misconceptions that we have of everything, of space, of planets, of stars, of physics, of science, and how everything works together. And it becomes a problem for people that don't have enough information. So the Anunnaki, very basically, I believe, are from just simply a different dimension, like all other beings are. They just come from different dimensions, and that would be called different planets. And what space is, what we've been told about space, is probably mostly incorrect.
Okay, I see. And you told about a story that is the right story. We probably must to write another story. But why in the school they are still teaching the old story, not the one that you have told us today?
Well, it's because the whole world has been taken hostage by these draconian, inhumane beings. And when we use the word inhumane, its meaning is not of human origin. So sometimes we must listen to ourselves when we say, oh, they're behaving inhumane. Well, that's because they maybe not even be human. And that's why they're behaving like this. So these inhumane beings have taken control of our world, of our planet, and have taken control of our governments and taken control through the money system and the socioeconomic structure that they've created for us, and we're just slaves to the system. Everything we do from the moment we are born to the moment we die today, at the moment, is all about just slavery and abusing human energy for whatever the ultimate purpose is. It's still difficult to find out what the reason is for this enslavement of humanity, and it could be as simple as they're using our energy to feed off, they're using us to feed on. You know, millions of people disappear every year. Maybe that's what they're busy eating. Who knows? The answers are probably a lot stranger than we imagine.
Okay, I see. But I hope that in a near future, in a close future, something could be changed for this. I hope this. And you?
Yes, well, I know it's going to change, but this is where the whole Ubuntu philosophy comes in. And so while we need to inform ourselves about the terrible past, which I call the terrible truth about our origins, how we were cloned and created and abused today, how the banking families run the world, and how the invisible puppet masters control the banking families. So it's important that we know that, because once we know that, then we know where to go from here. And we can put a smile on our face and go, okay, we figured it all out. Thank you very much. Now we can move ahead out of the system, and we don't fight the system. We can't create a new system by fighting the existing system. We have to create a new system that makes the existing system obsolete. And that's exactly what we're doing with the Ubuntu movement and the One Small Town Can Change the World strategy. It's a very simple strategy that can save all of humanity literally within a blink of an eye.
Okay, I see. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.